Intimacy is a simple word, but it can mean so much. It stands for the closeness, similarity, and heartfelt connection we can experience with another person. The book of Genesis gives us the account of a man named Enoch. Enoch was a man that had great intimacy with God. People who have participated in fellowship and communion with the Lord are abundantly documented in the Bible. In today's video, we will learn about the Bible's teachings and the importance of connecting with God according to the Bible. Intimacy with God caused a supernatural occurrence. A tight connection or relationship between people is referred to as being intimate and is marked by emotions like warmth, love, and trust. As in the intimate ambience of a little comfortable space or the personal aspects of someone's life, intimacy can also refer to a feeling of closeness and familiarity. Intimacy generally plays a crucial role in close relationships because it promotes sentiments of love, affection, and connection. The Spirit has been given to humanity since the Old Covenant, and even before that to enable them to obey the Lord. One such instance of a close, personal relationship with the Lord led to a supernatural event. Our knowledge about Enoch comes from the book of Genesis. 18 and Jared lived 162 years, and he begat Enoch. 19 and Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years, and begat sons and daughters. 20 and all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. 21 and Enoch lived 60 and 5 years. They begat Methuselah. 22 and Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years, and begat sons and daughters. 23 and all the days of Enoch were 360 and 5 years. 24 and Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Genesis 5:18-24. There are two further short verses concerning him in the Bible. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony, that he pleased God. Hebrew 11:5 KJV. 16 and Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints. 15 to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Jude 1:14-15 KJV. The Bible does not reveal what occurred when God took Enoch or what happened after that. However, it can be assumed that Enoch had the same strong faith as Abraham when he went to Mount Moriah to offer Isaac as a sacrifice, trusting that God would bring him back. This faith could also have been similar to Elijah's unwavering trust in God until he was taken away in a fiery chariot. Enoch's story serves as an inspiration and reminder that every believer has the potential to exhibit this level of faith, as God does not discriminate. Now that we know that intimacy with God can do wonders, let us know what we require for intimacy with God. What does intimacy with God entail? An intimate, close relationship with God is referred to as being intimate with Him. This entails feeling near God and experiencing a strong connection with Him. There are many methods to demonstrate your intimacy with God, including prayer, Bible reading and study, worship, and service to others. It frequently entails an ongoing effort to look for God's guidance and wisdom and align one's will with His. The aim of intimacy is to have a close, loving connection with God and to feel the serenity, pleasure, and fulfillment that come from being in His presence. 6. But without faith it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. Hebrews 11:6 KJV. Also, the desire to follow His example, no matter what happens, and try not to get distracted by anything else. O God, Thou art my God, early will I seek Thee. My soul thirsteth for Thee, my flesh longeth for Thee in a dry and thirsty land, where no water it is. 2. To see Thy power and Thy glory, so as I have seen Thee in the sanctuary. 3. Because Thy loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise Thee. 4. Thus will I bless Thee while I live. I will lift up my hands in Thy name. 5. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise Thee with joyful lips. 6. When I remember Thee upon my bed and meditate on Thee in the night watches. 7. Because Thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of Thy wings will I rejoice. 8. My soul followeth hard after Thee, Thy right hand upholds me. Psalm 83:18 KJV. Let's move forward to the facts that one will experience when he is under the love of God. Experiences of the one close to God. The Bible highlights the value of having a solid relationship with God because it offers many advantages for our life. One of its main benefits is that it gives us courage and solace when things get tough. We can better overcome obstacles and hold fast to our faith when we have a good relationship with God, because we know we are never alone. Even in the face of uncertainty, this can give us a sense of serenity and stability. 29 are not two sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. 30 but the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10:29-30, KJV. Another benefit is the provision of wisdom and direction that comes from walking in close fellowship with God. God has an understanding that surpasses our own, and by developing a connection with Him, we can get the knowledge and guidance we need to make the best decisions and overcome obstacles in life. This can aid in our spiritual development and increase our comprehension of God's plan for our life. Additionally, having a solid relationship with God can help us understand His character and the depth of His love and grace. The love of God is hard to put into words. Further, the video will show how real intimacy never dies. Real intimacy never dies. When you are intimate with God, His return shows His. The Bible describes the first time God showed intimacy by coming to meet the first man, Adam, in the Garden of Eden. According to Genesis 3, God would visit and converse with Adam in the Garden of Eden during the cool of the day. This shows that God took a personal interest in His creation and was actively engaged with Adam, who was made in His image. This interaction between God and Adam reflects God's loving nature and desire for intimacy with His creation. God created humans to have a relationship with Him, and this encounter in the Garden of Eden was the first example of this relationship in action. Through this interaction, God established a pattern of intimacy with humanity that continues today, as He invites us to come to Him and experience His love and grace. This passage also highlights God's desire for us to live in close fellowship with Him. God wants to be an active part of our lives and invites us to draw near to Him and seek His presence in all things. Through our relationship with God, we can experience the fullness of His love and grace and be transformed into the image of Christ. 4 Remain in me, as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. 5 I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. John 15:4-5. Intimacy with us is what God desires most deeply. Similarly, man's ultimate pursuit and innermost yearning are to be intimate with God, even if he doesn't acknowledge it. Without God's love in our lives, our actions can be compared to the frantic movements of an imprisoned animal trying to escape. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you follow us for more knowledgeable videos regarding the Holy Bible. And if you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe to our channel. We would love to hear from you what you found most interesting from this video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.